So today I just wanted to show you how I'm making some permanent raised beds. This is a section of the garden that I have completely redone, and really what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to come up with a way to control the weeds. So I've decided if I can make some permanent raised beds, then this area of the beds are the only area of the ground that I'll be cultivating, and I will keep mulches on the paths just to control weeds. So most of the beds that I'm making here just for the veg beds are 1 metre wide with probably about 40 centimetres of a pathway in between. So to the left you can see the garlic, which I made this bed last autumn. Now while I was making that bed I have wood chippings in the pathway, but I started preparing this raised bed last October. So what I did underneath this was I put a layer of well composted manure, and I also put some wood chippings just underneath that. I just figured that the farmyard manure would help break down the chippings. So that was all under there since last October, and then I covered the whole area with plastic. You can see the plastic here on my right. And right here, this will be the pathway here where you can see the grass is dead, but you can see that the dandelions are dying. So I will dig those up. And what I'll do then for this year is I'll just cover back the pathway again so that I don't have to worry about weeds. And then come next year, I'll just put a bark mulch down on this. So again, it's just all about different ways to manage weeds. So this permanent bed, so it's 1 metre wide. And what I did then was I had cleared a site from lower down in the farm, and I had quite a bit of topsoil. So this bed is 15 metres long, so you can see it all the way down there. And what I did was I probably have a barrow and a half load of topsoil per metre. So I shoveled quite a few barrows yesterday of topsoil, and then what I did was I just raked it. So there's only probably about 2 inches of the topsoil on top, which you can see here then. I just basically dumped it, spread it out, and went back through it for any sort of weeds that I could see. There is a little bit of scutch in the lower garden, so any little bits I saw, I just raked them out. So again, I'd say there's about 2 inches of topsoil on that. And once I have all of that spread out, I will put a layer of spent mushroom compost on the top, and that will be another bit of fertility. And in addition, I might just sprinkle some seaweed dust. Seaweed dust is always great for adding trace elements to the ground. So I'll probably put a layer of that on top as well. Now this is part of the allium rotation. So what I will do this year is I will cover this with plastic and plant through plastic. Now I know some people don't really like plastic, but I have some basically recycled silage plastic that I've been using for a couple of years. So it was going to the landfill anyhow, so I just managed to get another couple of years out of it. Once that's done, then I'll probably move over to some Mypex. As you can see, the garlic is through Mypex. That just has a longer lifespan, so I'll probably use that. Now if you really don't want to use any type of plastic, you can buy biodegradable fabric that will do, that will do the job, but you just have to buy it every year to put it on the beds, but that does work well. So I will plant alliums in here. Now just one thing to note, because I've made this bed, if I was going to plant something like carrots, direct seeding it into it, because this topsoil would have a weed seed bank in it, what I would do is I would leave it for a couple of weeks and I'd let the first flush of weeds come up. Then I would cultivate it, and then I would seed my carrot or my beetroot crop. So it's important to note, because I'm putting onion sets in here, I'm not too concerned about the weeds. And in addition, I will have black plastic over it, so that'll manage the weeds for me this year. And just to say, the varieties of onions that I'll grow this year are just the Sturon storage onions and the Red Baron. I normally like to plant Santero, which is a nice storage onion, and it also has good mildew resistance, but unfortunately this year Fruital Farm were all sold out, so I'll be going with just Sturon and Red Baron. So that's just a little bit of the basics on building a raised permanent bed.